Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, I can hear you. Hey.
Excellent. Perfect. So thank you so much. I'm really excited. Haven't done this before, so we'll see how it
Really?
goes. But I played your game Garbanzo Quest. I
Mm-hmm.
loved it. I thought it was great.
Awesome. Thanks.
So let's just start with, could you talk a bit about what Garbanzo Quest is?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Garbanzo Quest is a 2D pixel art platformer. It's inspired by older games like Super Mario World and newer games like Celeste and Undertale. In it, you play as Garbanzo, a being whose only power is to spit, and you gotta save the world from an evil businessman named Billy Bones.
How did you decide you wanted to combine like bullet hell and platforming? Where did that idea come from?
So yeah, when I started Garbanzo Quest, I didn't even know I was gonna be like making a full game. I was just kind of like messing around. So it's just kind of like one of those things that happened like by accident, where I had this like little guy, and I had like these like enemies that would shoot bullets at you, and I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if you could like kill the bullets? And I don't know, and then when I was designing levels, I just kept putting lots of like things that would shoot at you at it in it, so I guess it kind of turned into like a bullet heck. I call it a bullet heck because it's like a light bullet hell, like you know what I
Mm,
mean? So it's not
yeah.
like one of those crazy bullet hell games.
So I wanted to ask, you've already mentioned that Garbanzo Quest kind of started as a smaller game and then evolved into a bigger one. Were there any other like big changes that happened during development?
So since I never really had like a strong guide or document to follow from the beginning, it was always kind of always changing. Maybe in the last year when it really became what it was going to be. Though the one thing that never changed was Garbanzo. I drew him in like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, I'll think of something better later, and I never did. People got attached, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm stuck with this. Even like the game started out more as like a Metroidvania in the beginning, but yet then that idea of like splitting them up into like 2-minute levels came along. I was like, okay, how do I connect these? And it's like, oh, Super Mario World. I love Super Mario World. I don't feel like I've seen a game quite do that same overworld the again. So it's like I was excited to do an iteration on that. And the home base, I added that because I already mentioned like the Undertale influence. I love Undertale. It's one of my favorite games. And that was, one of the games I was drawing from. And I wanted to have like, silly characters you could talk to and stuff. At first they were like just in the levels and you could talk to them there, but it felt like the pacing was off because, I just want to like, play the level and like jump around and shoot bad guys. But like if I'm in the mood to like go hang out and talk to people, I can go to the home base and it's like all in this one spot. Yeah, the game was like always changing. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I added this? Wouldn't it be cool if I added that? And it's kind of miraculous that it ended up as like something that's cohesive.
The other thing, I really liked the way you structured the levels. Could you
Mhm.
talk a bit about how those levels are structured?
Very early on, I wanted each level to be at least like around 2 minutes long. I
Yeah.
wanted lots of shorter levels because I was really worried that the music would get grating, like it would get like too repetitive. So I was like, okay, 2 minutes for one song, that's pretty good.
But I like that 2 minute time personally because I like accomplishing things. Like I love Celeste, but it's longer levels I don't accomplish as much.
Right. I love Celeste, but that was one of the things where it felt like there was never like a good like stopping point. Like it with Garbanzo Quest, it's like you just play a level, and if you want to keep playing, you play for another few minutes, and there's like always this like implicit like, okay, are you done now, or you want to keep playing? Where like Celeste has like those like half-hour long levels. It feels like.
Your game feels very full because each room feels like it has a point and a purpose, and each room feels like it's exploring an idea new.
Yeah, for each level, I always try to have like a point to it. Like, I'm always like either introducing new mechanics or like combining, doing new combinations of older ones. Now, once I like introduced an idea in the game in all future levels, it was like fair game that I would like use it again. So I
Yeah.
felt like some of the later levels are like pretty cool because it's like using everything that you've seen so far. Yeah, whenever you know, I make a room in a level, I always have to like ask myself if there's like any point to it, like if it's doing something new or not. And if it is, then I remove it because I don't want to waste anyone's time.
Something I really loved about the bosses, you did something really smart with the bullets. It's gonna sound better for the video if you say it. So do you know what I'm talking about that you did with the bullets that made bosses more interesting?
What did I do with the bullets? Maybe one of the things I did was like if you're closer to the boss and you shoot them, it's faster. So there's like this natural like risk reward of if you're closer, you do more damage. If you're farther away, you do less damage. That was something that kind of naturally emerged that I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I was really excited about it.
So I sort of have already asked this, but like, what do you think makes a good level? And what kind of levels do you like to make?
So, right, yeah, I like to make things that are challenging, that do new things, that like every room is almost like a puzzle. Like I wanted it to be a little thinky, but not too much. Like especially in World 4, I introduced the contraptions, which are like the platforms that you can like move around and stuff by spinning on them.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite mechanics in the game. One of my favorite levels is the stairs level. I don't know if you saw that one. It's like a secret level, but the gimmick is that it's one long room, and it's literally just stairs all the way up, and there's these like things like that bounce you off, and I guess the idea is that you touch them, you lose progress, you like fall all the way down to the bottom of the stairs. It's like I feel like it's perfectly encapsulate what Garbanzo Quest is all about, because it's like mean, but in like a funny way.
My last question for you is basically, is there anything you wished I'd asked during this interview?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't done too many of these, so you could ask me what I'm doing next. I don't know.
Yeah, what are you doing next?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Coming up, I'm pretty much just like coming up with ideas right now, but I'm definitely, trying to make another game after this one. I want to make a small game this time because Garbanzo Quest took me like 3 years to make.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to make something in like half a year, sell it for like $5 to $8.
Yeah.
But yeah, still just like exploring ideas and stuff. I'm not gonna make like a direct sequel to Garbanzo Quest, but it might like be in the same universe.
I look forward to it. I'll be looking out for it.